You've got to decide, if you will decide, that I'm not going to be bound by my history and my past. I'm not going to play church. I'm going to play a real God. I'm going to make real grown-up decisions. I'm going to make real choices. And I'm going out there. That's the whole conversation about, if we go here, we can die. If we go here, we can't do nothing but die. And when they got that point to make that into decision, then they were not concerned about anything else. And when they got out there, they saw that God had already given them the victory. Come on. It just had not been received, but it was theirs. Y'all saying that? They have not gone out and raked in the bounty yet, but the enemy was already gone. Can y'all see this? God gives you the victory even though everybody haven't received it yet. Even though you haven't received it. You got to learn how to shut your eyes. I tell you what, it's almost like being claustrophobic. I'm claustrophobic, and it seems like the older I get, the more claustrophobic I get. But if I get in a tight space, Rachel, sometimes I don't like it too much. I've learned how to do two things, you know. Number one, and sometimes just might not go there. Number two, I get in there and sometimes I just got to soldier through this thing. I shut my eyes. Now that might seem like it's going to make it tighten up, but I shut my eye and I get all kinds of space. Sometimes you got to learn how to see with your heart. You know what I'm talking about? When you talk about faith, it's not about what you see naturally. Shut your eyes and see the victory of God. Shut your eyes and see bounty. Shut your eyes and just trust that God's going to make a way for it. And when they trusted, and then they said, let's go tell the king. And what did the king say? He didn't even believe it. He didn't even believe. So sometimes when you are that leper and you're talking about the things of God, those that you think are spiritual and those that you think don't understand, they might not understand. Right. Don't get discouraged and don't let them change your mind. You keep on saying, I know what I saw. Everybody say, I know what I saw. I know what I saw in my spirit. I know I saw victory. I don't know how God's going to work it out. I know I ain't got no job. I know I got jacked up credit, but I saw God giving me a nice house. I saw God fixing my family. I don't know how he's going to do it, but I'm not putting God in a box that only humanity can do. I know the God that I serve, he's outside of the natural. He's a miracle working God. All I've got to do is try and believe him. Trust and believe him. King say, you got it wrong. You don't understand. Come on, y'all know how pious people be sometimes. Well, you can't get that if you don't have this. And you can't do that if you don't have this. King said, no, it's a trick. They over there in the woods. And when we go out there to get ready to take this bounty, they're going to come in. It's a trap. It's a trap. So this is what we're going to do. We got 4-5 horses here. Let's take a couple of horses and let's go out there and see if we can't spring this trap. I'm going to show you. I believe those lepers were standing there and they were just like, no, that ain't what we saw. We saw the enemy gone. We saw the enemy gone. But King, you do what you do. And we're going to know what we saw. So they went out there. The king tried to spring the trap. Trap didn't spring. And then everybody recognized that, hey, God had already given them victory. Everybody said, already given them victory. Already giving them victory. You hide behind the gates and you over there. Oh, how we going to make it? We ain't making it. And God did already sent a strong delusion. And all it takes for you to get up and get outside of the inside and get on the outside. And it does not matter whether you're whole or whether you're leprous. God is going to reveal his victory to you. And when he revealed his victory unto them, they went out there and they started getting blessings on top of blessing. And the one man that would not believe it, he said, how is this thing going to be? If God opened up the windows of heaven, we're not going to be able to have a barley sold for 1 shekel and this sold for 2 shekel. And God said, you're going to see it, but you're not going to be able to experience it. I don't want to be like that with God. I don't want to have doubt and see the blessings of God with everybody else. And I don't have it. I want to get to the point. The Bible goes on to tell the story, if you will, that when they opened up the gates, that guy that did not believe but had doubt, he opened up the door and the people were running out to get the blessings and they trampled upon him. He saw the blessing, but he did not receive the blessing because he doubted. Somebody ought to hit your neighbor and say, don't doubt, believe God. Don't doubt, believe God. Don't doubt, know that God's going to make a way. Don't doubt, know that you can be victorious. Don't doubt, know that God has forgiven you. You ain't done nothing so bad that God can't forgive you. Don't you know that God is a forgiving God? The says that when we were yet sinners, in due time, Jesus died for the ungodly. You got to learn how to say, no matter what I've done, down on the hands of a loving God, that God is able to bless me. God is able to keep me. Even though I'm a leper, I'm not inside the city, but I'm going out. If I die, I'm going to die